Hello everyone, my name is Wedded Moon, Joseph Precious, and I'm going to present our software development project for this semester. We have developed a web application named Safe Havens, which provides web guidance and counseling. When you look at the world today and Uganda in particular, there are very many mental health problems and they are overlooked. People are struggling with depression, with anxiety, with trauma, and even academic stress. But they don't always have easy access to counseling, to resources, or even support. Very many students and young adults, especially in university environments, face emotional issues silently because there are very few centralized platforms that connect them to qualified counselors who can help them with mental health resources. Take an example. On the 10th of May 2025, Daily Monitor reported an incident of a suspected death by suicide that was in Bushenyi district. The victim was a 20-year-old student, nursing student at KIU in the Western Campus. The roommate of the deceased reported that John had been struggling with tuition fees and upkeep, which could partly be reason he committed suicide. We believe that such incidences and very many others which are reported and unreported, documented and undocumented, can be tackled and solved through proper guidance and counseling. That's why our goal with Safe Havens is to create a digital platform that bridges this gap between counselors and people who need their services, which can offer a user space to browse counselors, to book sessions, to access educational resources, to watch videos and tutorials that can help them, but they are all found in one place. Therefore, this inspired us to come up with this web application to tackle this problem of providing guidance and counseling, especially to students in schools. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be taking you through the system overview and the key features of our Safe Haven, which is a guidance and counseling web application. So our system, Safe Havens, is a Django-powered mental health platform that addresses the problems with the key features, problems of mental health, of guidance and counseling, and how to connect users to senior counselors we get online. So we have a brief system overview of we have our main features. We have the home page and navigation, which contains a clean and responsive home page with a hero section and easy navigation bar. Our logo links, we're just going to open them direct in our browser. So we used HTML, CSS and JavaScript for the front end, and we integrated together with our Django. So the homepage and navigation has a clean and responsive homepage with a hero section and an easy navigation bar, as we can see. Clean with 1, 2, 3, 4, and with 4 tabs on the navigation bar. We have our hero action talking about the home. If we come back to the home, our logo with navigation links, then we can create a page. We can create a page from here and we can browse pages from here. So let's talk about the home page. So we used HTML to input images, and then we can have a variety of images right there. So a user is able to see what they can do and to see which part they fall in. You can go for academic counseling, mental health, career guidance. Every user has a specific genre where they can get the services that they want, and then our users also share their success stories and they are posted so that other people can have a look at them. And then we have a very clean and responsible footer where you can connect to the different social media platforms, and then it has the different members who created the whole application. So if we go to our Create page, users can view a list of counselors across Uganda. Each counselor is displayed with a card layout that has their name, their location, and their specialization. So the Book Now button is available for scheduling sessions. If a user wants to schedule a session, they have to press that one. the Book Now button and go to our browse page. So the browse page is a dynamic page where users can search for mental health articles, while we included sample profiles for real-world relevance, coping up with stress and grief counseling and search functionality filters. So you can actually search according to what you want. You can search for a name, a location, and interest with a functionality. Uh, yes, we can, as you can see, a clear and responsive image right there. So we go to our resources page. So our resources page is embedded with YouTube tutorials and videos on mental health awareness, anxiety management, and counseling benefits, as we can see. So a user is able to go, instead of downloading content online, you just watch direct from the site, and you can be able to watch a number of YouTube tutorials. So let's go back to the home page. We also have a sign up part where users can sign up with their different initials, a full name, an email address, password. You can choose the account type you want, whether a client or a counselor, or both, and then you can choose the services that you're so interested in. Those are the authentication pages, stylized login and sign up form with animation customs and special functionalities right there. So that's all we have for the systems and the main key features. Those are the videos for our resources platform where you can be able to see a number of videos. Thank you for listening, and that's all I have.
Yes, my name is Charles Stewart. It's a web application presentation for my group. So, as you have already seen, Safe Haven is not just a school project. It is a real web application that has been designed to help people, especially students and the youth, to navigate their mental health journey. Yes. So, I want you to imagine a world where we have mental health tools readily available in schools and in universities. Yes. So you, as an investor or as a partner with Safe Haven, you stand a chance to foster an environment where we have health with Safe Haven. You stand to have a chance to provide a healthier environment in our schools and universities, as students will be readily able to receive these tools. So our future plans for Safe Haven, yes, we intend to add features as we grow the web application. So we intend to add in user registration and login features. We also intend to have real database models which can enable us to save user sessions. We also intend to, in the future, we intend to add AI tools that can enable smart counseling. We also intend to partner with big organizations like NGOs and different universities to make sure that health tools are readily available to their students. So in conclusion, I want to affirm that Safe Haven is a fully functional web design. It is a fully functional web platform that has been built with Django to offer user experience, and it has a great potential for real-world use. Thank you.
Good evening to all of you. My name is Otto Derrick, and I will be explaining the MTV architecture we use in our Django project. So without hesitation, let's jump into that. So I'll be explaining how the models and everything, models, templates and views, how they work. So to begin with, let's start with the models. What models do? Models defines the structure of our database using Python classes and each model is mapped into this table, where it will keep on checking whether the authentication, checking where the email is correct, the password is correct, the name is correct. So that is what the model does. Interact with the database, checking whether the information passed on to it is correct. So with our project, we have, for example, with a quick example, let me quickly highlight it. This, where it says counselor from here. This. So what this does, we have a counselor model, as you can see, a counselor model that stores details like the name, the specialty, the experience, the updates, the electrical counselor, and other pieces of information that will be necessary for the counselor. So as you can see, so jumping onto the next bit of the MTV is the templates. So what the templates control the presentation, or which I like to refer as the front end view, what visually see as you go to visit the website. And what templates are HTML files that control how information is displayed to users or anybody interacting with the website. And we basically use the Django template language, where it allows us to dynamically insert data into the pages, which will be used later on. So for an example, let me quickly show an example of a template language. So this is a template language that helps to process the presentation, what a user will see at his end. The user won't be able to see all these pieces of code. You just see the design, what to do. You won't be able to see. The user won't be able to see all these pieces of code because they are irrelevant to him. So with the jumping on to the views, which is the MTV, which is the views, let me quickly show a view. For example, this view. So what views does? Views handles the logic of the whole project. It's the one that communicates with the front end, with the front end, where if a user passes data, like for example, the user passes data as a name, the email, the password. So what views handles? It handles the logic. It is the one that's responsible for retrieving the data from the front end and bringing it to the back end. So that's the general use of views. And views are basically just classes that retrieve data, interact with the front end, pass them to the models to be rendered, and it's like they act as the middleman from the front end and the back end. That's what views do. And in our project, our views fetch all the counselors' information from the front end to the back end and pass them to the models, so the models come to relate to already information that is stored in the back end, where they will try to assess whether the name is correct, whether your email is correct, whether your password is correct, so that it can give you access. And for example, you can just use any of these. Let's just pick out any of these, like this, the way this is. So it just passes. It checks. It makes a request. It makes a request to the front end. It requests front end. Whatever passes it, just come bring it to the back end so they can process it. Like an example of this. So that's the media use of the views. So putting it all together, when a user visits our website or visits the website, the views. First of all, what will be seen is the template. The visual representation of what we are trying to bring out. It's what the user will first interact with, how it will look like, the images, and so on and so forth. So, what the other thing that we will be doing is views. The views will fetch any kind of data that will be passed on into the front end. For example, the email, the password, all the login credentials. It will the views will handle them to pick them from the front end, bring them to the back end. So after bringing them to the back end, the models interact with that information that has been passed by and it will compare them to the databases that have been stored. It will get the username compared to the username in the database. If they are the same, it will give access. If the emails are the same, it will give access. So it helps on authenticating. So each part has its own job, making our app very organized, scalable, and easy to maintain. So that's how our implementation of the MTV architecture in our Django constantly app works. So that's where we'll be. Thank you.